This is a video for College Algebra Unit 2, Section 1, which will be assigned Monday. I won't do a lot of explanation on this lesson because it's basically plugging things into formulas after you get by the first 3 questions. I've done them very roughly on the paper here. Number 1 is I plotted those 3 points and made a triangle. Number 2, I plotted the 4 points and somewhat made a square. Number 3, I plotted the 4 points and make what's supposed to be a parallelogram. Then on the next problems through 16, I believe, you are to use the midpoint formula, which is x sub 1 plus x sub 2 divided by 2. Your 2 x's added together divided by 2. Your 2 y's added together divided by 2. And that completes your midpoint formula. Slope is y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Slope. Distance formula is where you subtract the 2 x's and square them, plus you subtract the 2 y coordinates and square them after you subtract them, add those 2 together, and take the square root. You've got the distance formula. Number 4, I've done here on the paper. So if you need to, stop the video and copy that down and make sure you understand number 4, where I've done the midpoint, the slope, and the distance. Number 5 uses the points 3, 2 and negative 2, 14. You need to practice and do them. Number 6, I've done on the paper, the ordered pair 5, 6, and 20, negative 2. I've done the midpoint, the slope, and the distance. I've circled my answers. Number 7 is the 2 ordered pairs, 3, 3, 27, 10. You are to find the 3 things on those two sets of coordinates. Number 8, I've done the work there on negative 25, 30 and 10, 18. I found the midpoint, I found the slope, and I found the distance. Number 9, there are the 2 ordered pairs that you're supposed to find midpoint, slope, and distance on. Number 10, here are the 2 ordered pairs, and I found the midpoint, I found the slope, and I found the distance. Please follow along and see the work included. Number 11 is 10, 12, and 16, 10 for you to do. Number 12 is shown here. It is a horizontal line. I found the midpoint. I found the slope. The slope of a horizontal line is 0. Then I found the distance. Number 13 is a vertical line. Notice the slope when you find it is something over 0, meaning the slope is undefined. We need to remember that. Then we move on to 14, which is fractions. I've shown all the work here on the fractions here. The 2 sets of fractions are 1/2 and 1/2 for the first ordered pair, 3/4 and 1/4. Then I found the midpoint, showing all of the work, getting a common denominator, adding, and then I've shown the division. The division, 5/4 divided by 2 and 3/4 divided by 2, which we changed to 5/4 times 1/2 and 3/4 times 1/2, giving us our answer. Then I found the slope by using the slope formula, and then I had to divide negative 1/4 by 1/4. Notice what I did. Then I found the distance formula, and notice I simplified the radical that was in the denominator, the square root of 8. I broke it down, square root of 4 and square root of 2. And that is 2 square root of 2, and then I got rid of the radical in the denominator. Number 15 is shown here. What you're to do, the 2 points you're to use. -1, -1, and -3, you want. Then, number 16 is to prove a right triangle. To prove a triangle is a right triangle. Here's the 3 points, 4, 0, 2, 1, and -1, -5. I needed to find the length of the 3 sides. First, I did the first 2 points, found the distance, which is the square root of 5. Then I did the second and third points. I found the distance, square root of 45. Then I took the third point and the first point and found the distance in the third row there. Then, number 2, I took those 3 distances, square root of 5, square root of 45, and square root of 50. I took them on number 2. If the 2 shorter sides, square root of 5 squared and square root of 45 squared, equal the square root of 50 squared, then it's a right triangle because of the Pythagorean theorem. Square root of 5 squared is 5. Square root of 45 times square root of 45 is 45. 5 plus 45 equals the square root of 50 squared, which is 50. So, because of the Pythagorean theorem, it is a right triangle. So, please do these problems. I didn't spend a lot of time lecturing you because you can follow my work there. Okay? And you can pause this at any time and check the work out real closely.